Welcome to the Economist in Your Ear podcast. Okay, let's dive right in. Dating apps are facing, well, a bit of a crisis, wouldn't you say? We've looked at the numbers. Match Group, its market value has absolutely cratered, down something like 80% recently. And Bumble, even worse really, down over 90% since its peak in 2021. So the industry's big bet now is AI. Using machines, sophisticated ones, to try and automate finding a human connection. The question for us today, and it's a big one, does automating courtship actually make dating better, more efficient? Or does it just, kill the trust, make everything feel suspicious?
That tension is exactly it. Efficiency versus suspicion. That's the heart of what we need to unpack. We're looking at how these companies are pouring, huge resources into AI, but the focus seems almost entirely on, let's call them immediate product metrics, engagement, matches, that sort of thing. Our goal here is to look past those numbers, to ask what this AI push really means for actual relationships, long-term emotional outcomes.
Yeah, and there's this almost unbelievable case study, right? This software developer, Alexander Sedan, he actually programmed an AI bot. It screened, 5,000 Tinder profiles, talked to hundreds, set up about 100 real-world dates, and he ended up engaged from it.
It's fascinating, and the detail that really jumps out is that his fiancée apparently was shocked when she found out about the bot. But it wasn't a deal breaker. She still said yes. And that story just perfectly captures the promise and, frankly, the danger here. AI promises less grind, less fatigue, sure. But if deception is kind of baked into how you even meet someone, well, how solid can that foundation be? That's the deeper question these platforms seem to be, let's say, sidestepping for now.
And it's not just some fringe experiment anymore, is it? There's data, a study by Match Group and the Kinsey Institute, showing that around a quarter, maybe 25% of U.S. singles are already using AI tools right now for writing messages, polishing profiles.
It's already happening. The genie is definitely out of the bottle on this one.
Okay, so let's talk business strategy for a moment. The stakes are clearly enormous. Bumble even brought back its founder, Whitney Wolfe Herd, as CEO specifically for this AI pivot. It's a massive bet. So what are the actual tangible wins they're seeing right now? What justifies this?
Well, the immediate focus is all about getting people talking. Less swiping, more interacting. The top of the funnel, essentially. The clearest win we see reported is from Hinge, their updated AI recommendation algorithm. They're claiming, since it rolled out early this year, about a 15% lift in matches and also in contact exchanges, people actually messaging each other. That's a pretty significant boost in, internal activity metrics.
15% more matches. For anyone feeling that swipe fatigue, that sounds pretty good. It suggests the AI is actually doing some of that initial heavy lifting people hate.
That's the idea. And it's not just Hinge. Tinder's rolling out AI tools, too. Things like photo pickers AI, suggesting which of your pictures might work best. Even a flirting practice feature, kind of gamifying conversation starters. And curated daily drops to reduce that feeling of just endless options. Grindr's even looking ahead, talking about an AI wingman by 2027, something that could help draft messages, maybe even suggest date ideas or logistics. A real sidekick.
Okay, so the potential upside seems clear, at least on the surface. AI gives momentum, helps people who are maybe shy or out of practice communicate better, gets them over that first hurdle. And I suppose there's a potential benefit for safety, too, like AI could maybe sift through safety reports faster.
That's the optimistic case, yes, built on those internal platform metrics. But here's the crucial reality check. While they're highlighting these engagement wins, like that 15% lift, none of these companies, as far as we can see, have published solid, audited proof that AI leads to, say, better quality dates or improved safety outcomes in a measurable way. Or, and this is the big one, higher rates of long-term relationships. The AI is definitely making the apps stickier, keeping people engaged. But is it making dating itself more successful? That's not clear at all.
Which brings us straight to this idea of an authenticity crisis, what people are calling chat phishing.
Exactly. It's becoming a real complaint. This phrase being chat GPT'd into bed, it really sums it up perfectly. You have this amazing, witty, polished conversation online, smooth, synthesized, almost perfect, and then you meet the actual person, and that instant connection, that machine-aided charm, it just vanishes.
Cool.
When that initial spark is based on AI polish instead of, actual human awkwardness and personality, it just poisons the well. It creates this huge trust penalty for everyone.
And it creates a systemic problem too, right? If everyone starts using AI for their opening lines, for their banter.
Then you get into what we might call an automation arms race. That distinctiveness, the little quirks in how you communicate, it gets flattened. Everyone starts sounding vaguely the same. So what do the platforms have to do then?
They need more data to try and tell who's real.
Precisely. They need more and more data points to try and figure out genuine human signals from sophisticated AI chatter. And the ironic result is, instead of helping you find someone and leave the app, which is supposed to be the goal, it could actually keep you stuck on the app longer. You're constantly trying to prove you're you. In this increasingly automated landscape, the system starts working against its own stated purpose.
And layered on top of all that are the safety threats, which seem to be getting worse. Generative AI makes it so much cheaper and easier to create convincing romance scams. We're already seeing warnings from U.S. watchdogs about really sophisticated stuff, deepfake video calls, voice cloning.
The fraudsters are often early adopters of this tech. They move fast, probably faster than the platforms can build defenses sometimes.
So this is where we really need to apply that critical lens, isn't it? The basic story is often framed as, AI might revive these dating apps, but oh dear, users might get the ick.
Right, and that framing misses the deeper issues. It focuses too much on user feelings and not enough on the fundamental conflicts of interest baked into the system.
Let's unpack that conflict. That Hinge statistic, 15% more matches. It sounds great, but we have to question it.
We absolutely do. It's what you'd call a vanity metric. It looks good, makes the platform look busy, probably pleases investors. But what does it actually tell us about real-world outcomes? Very little. What's missing are the off-platform KPIs, key performance indicators. Things like, what percentage of matches lead to a successful first date? How often are users reporting catfish incidents? What are the financial losses from scams per 1,000 users? How long do relationships formed on the app actually last? The fact that the 15% match lift is the headline number will tell you where their priorities likely lie. Optimizing for activity on the app, not success off the app.
And that ties directly into the clash of incentives, doesn't it? The apps make money when you stick around. When you subscribe, when you keep swiping, keep messaging, they actually lose a customer, technically, the moment you find the one and delete the app.
That's the fundamental tension. If success is measured by message volume or time spent in app, then the algorithms might, consciously or unconsciously, optimize for keeping you engaged, keeping you almost finding someone rather than actually succeeding. It optimizes for stickiness, not necessarily for finding a spouse or long-term partner.
Okay, incentive clash is one major point. What else is missing?
Governance. Basic transparency and control for the user. Think about it. If an AI is writing your opening message, or maybe even filtering messages you receive, shouldn't you know about it? Shouldn't you have some control over that? A simple toggle, AI assistance on-off. Right now, it's often a black box, a silent asymmetry of information. If I suspect your witty opener was written by a bot, my trust in you plummets instantly. The lack of disclosure, the lack of logs showing what was AI-assisted, it undermines trust from the get-go, no matter how good the AI chat is.
So it seems like if this technology is going to be genuinely helpful and not just serve the platform's bottom lines, users need to demand better. Trust has to become the key differentiator.
It absolutely must. And we can outline what good might look like, what standards should be in place. First, AI labeling should be the default. It doesn't have to be intrusive. Just a subtle tag, maybe AI-assisted opener or something similar, that immediately tackles the information asymmetry. It lets the human on the other side know what they're dealing with and adjust accordingly. Maybe ask a more direct, spontaneous question earlier.
Okay, labeling is one thing. What about that AI wingman scenario?
Right.
What if two AIs start chatting to each other on behalf of their users?
That requires explicit consent. Bot-to-bot interaction, fine, maybe, but only if both human users have clearly opted in. And crucially, the transcript of that AI-to-AI conversation needs to be fully visible to both humans involved. You shouldn't go on a first date only to discover later that your AI has had a whole pre-conversation you knew nothing about. That's just creepy.
Agreed. And beyond the conversation itself, what about safety? Countering those deep fakes and scams.
Safety measures have to evolve rapidly. Mandatory liveness checks, perhaps using short video snippets, and potentially ID verification for accounts that reach a lot of people. Basic stuff, really. Also, implementing media provenance signals. Think digital watermarks for photos and videos. Something to indicate if media is original or if it's been significantly altered or AI generated. And importantly, real-time scam detection built into the chat. Heuristics that can flag suspicious patterns like sudden urgent requests for money, crypto, gift cards, travel funds, and warn the user immediately, explaining why it's suspicious.
Okay, so let's try and synthesize this for someone listening right now. What's the bottom line, the forecast?
Well, the near-term outlook is probably for a smoother start to the process. Better top-of-funnel experiences, as they say. You'll likely see those higher match rates, faster first messages. The tech is delivering that initial lift. But that crucial middle ground, The actual dating experience, the journey towards a real connection, maybe a long-term relationship, that remains really murky. Until platforms get serious about standardizing labeling, verification, and safety disclosures, it's going to be uncertain. So yeah, AI will likely make dating apps feel more active, livelier. But without those guardrails, they are almost certain to become less trustworthy.
Which puts the onus back on the user, unfortunately. You have to be your own last line of defense navigating this space. So some practical takeaways. First, maybe disable those auto-suggestive replies for any chat that feels like it might be going somewhere serious. Use them for icebreakers, maybe, but not for real conversation.
Good point. And second, verify quickly, then move the conversation off the main chat. Suggest a short video call before agreeing to meet in person. And on that call, use a spontaneous prompt, something simple like, hey, show me the book nearest to you, or what did you have for breakfast? That kind of real-time, unscripted interaction is much harder to fake than polished photos or even pre-recorded deepfakes. Liveness beats filters.
Right. And finally, a piece of advice that came up in the analysis. Be wary of perfect prose combined with evasive logistics. Real people usually have typos. Their grammar isn't always flawless. Their schedules are complicated.
Exactly. Scam scripts, whether human or AI-driven, often feel too smooth, too persuasive, and they often try to rush things or isolate you quickly if it feels too good to be true.
It probably is. Skepticism is your friend.
Your new wingman, perhaps.
Thanks for listening. Follow us for daily insights into world affairs. And don't forget to like, comment, and share.